show you the JPG, the image that I have. Okay, just hold on a second. Okay, yes, you can see this, right? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. So is it large enough or is it too small?
Small.
Now is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second. I might have to. Yeah, okay. The first one. Come on, let's try the first one. All of you, in your notebook or something. Come on, good, very good. Yes, thank you, Ayush. Come on, first one. Try to solve the first one. Sodium phosphate plus potassium hydroxide. Common name is potash. Common name is potash, right? Results or rather gives us sodium hydroxide, right? And potassium phosphate, right? This given equation does not mention anything about the physical state, so we will not worry about that part. But balancing the atoms, come on, try it. You can try it on your own. Where will you start with? What will you start with? Hmm? Yeah, come on. Shall we start with potassium, the phosphate ions, because that's what we have it by rules, है ना? Right? We should always start with the molecule or the compound which has maximum number of atoms. So here we have got sodium phosphate. Let's start with sodium phosphate, right? PO4 phosphate ion does not change, so phosphate and phosphate remains same, है ना? Okay, so that is not going to change. But number of sodium atoms, here it is 3, here we have got only 1, so we have to multiply it by 3 to make sure that it is same on the both sides. Yeah, okay. Now that means if sodium is 3, then OH hydroxide ions are also 3. Yes, so we have to multiply wherever it is hydroxide ion, we have to multiply it with 3. So then it becomes 3KOH, whereas K3 is already here, so there is no need to change in potassium. Yeah, so this seems like a balance equation. Let's check the number of atoms of individual elements. Sodium, there are 3. Here also there are 3. Phosphate itself, PO4, there is only 1 PO4. What happened? Yeah, okay, the meeting is still on. Sometimes it happens that. Is it on? Is the meeting on? Somebody please respond. Okay, better.
Yes, sir.
That's better.
Yes, sir.
I felt like I lost you somewhere. Okay, good. So is it matching? Is everything matching? Is this a balance equation? Yes or no? Yes or no? Guys, come on. Respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Is it matching? Great. Any questions? Does anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question? Afreen? All clear? All clear? Any doubts in this point? Jay Talati? Any confusion? Any question?
No, sir.
None. Very good. Tanvi? Disha?
No.
Okay. All right. Then we move along the that PDF I will share with you today in the Google Classroom. so that you can have enough practice of that. And there are some questions at the end of the textbook also. There is one question in which there are about 5 or 6 equations which you need to balance, that you will solve on your own later on. Okay, yeah, yes,
Yes, sir.
good, that's good. Okay, all right then. Then moving on with our PPT. Where is my PPT? There it is. Right, we have done this. Balance the unbalanced atoms. Yes, you can see it, na? Right? Everybody can see it here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so moving on. Now we know that, okay, what a chemical reaction is, what are chemical changes, what are the properties of chemical change. Hai na? We have seen that, correct? We have seen all that, right? So we move on to the next part, which is different types of chemical reaction. Okay, because there are n number of chemical reaction happening around us, and to study them in a better way, to understand them in in an easier and a fluid way, they have classified them into different types of reactions. Okay, so each chemical reaction that happens around us will be one of these type. Okay, it doesn't matter where the reaction is occurring, it doesn't matter when it is occurring, it will be one of this type. One of them is combination reaction, another is decomposition, displacement reaction, double displacement reactions, and last and most important one is redox reactions. Okay, we'll talk about each of them in detail, and you will have to write questions based on them. Now this is one important topic where lengthy questions, right, the 3 marks and 5 mark questions can be asked from these 5 types of chemical reactions. Okay, I'm talking about the board exams, where pretty sure, I'm very sure that at least one question either from 3 mark or 5 mark will be from one of these type of reaction. So another 3 or 5 marks assured for you all. Okay, and this is nothing, once you understand what happens in the combination in all these type of reactions, right, then it is cramming job, है ना? I will show you how the correct answer, how a perfect answer looks like, right? And once we do that, all you have to do is write it in your own words at least 3 to 5 times. So it doesn't matter when or how it is asked, you will be able to reproduce the correct answer and as many times as you want. All clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
See, each this particular box here, somebody has just sent me a text box. Yes, very good, thank you. So one of the reaction, combination reaction, the example is carbon when it is mixed with oxygen, right? When it combines with oxygen, it gives us carbon dioxide, and this reaction is associated with release of energy, lots of energy, sometimes associated with light, production of light, or sometimes not, है ना? Right, carbon plus oxygen gives you CO2. When it happens in the kitchen stove, where butane is used, right? So butane is another form of hydrocarbon, which basically has carbon, and carbon when reacts with oxygen, it gives you energy, with the help of which we cook the food, है ना? And the same reaction happens in our body also, because in our body glucose is converted into energy. Again, the reaction is same, 6H C6H12O11 plus oxygen will give you CO2, right? That is what we exhale while breathing, right? So sometimes the release generation of light is associated, sometimes not, but that is combination reaction. Okay, where carbon is combined with oxygen to give us carbon dioxide and energy. Decomposition reaction. Now what is decomposition? Where something is completely destroyed, completely broken. So H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, when exposed to sunlight or exposed to a little bit of energy, it breaks down into oxygen and simple water. Okay, right? Displacement reaction is where one of the reactant will lose some elements, and those elements will be combined with another reactant. See here, zinc plus cuprous chloride, copper chloride, right? So this Cl2 directly shifts to zinc, and Cu is left without anything. So this one is displaced, right? And double displacement means exchange, right? Ki, potassium iodide plus lead nitrate, when reacted with each other, they give lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Okay. And then the last one, very important, is redox reaction, where reduction and oxidation both occur. Now reduction and oxidation you have studied in 7th and 8th standard, but very briefly. Here we will be dealing them a little bit in depth, little bit only, but the real depth of redox reactions you will see them in 11th and 12th. Redox chemistry is very interesting. Okay, it's an amazing field of chemistry where so many things are happening simultaneously, है ना? So that is redox reaction. So let's study them one by one. Combination reaction, right? Calcium and sulfur gives you calcium sulfide, right? When two reactants combine to form one product, it is called a combination reactions, right? Calcium oxide reacts with, this is just an example, calcium oxide plus water gives you calcium hydroxide, slaked lime, right? Calcium oxide is lime or quick lime, right? Both names are correct, है ना? Right, everyone? Are
Yes,
you with
sir.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, good, right?
Yes.
I don't want you to sleep off. कोई सो जाए तो मुझे बता देना कि सर मैं सोने जा रहा हूँ. I hope I'm not making it that boring. Yeah, okay. So calcium hydroxide reacts slowly with carbon dioxide in air to form a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the walls. This calcium hydroxide, okay, this calcium hydroxide, let me write it here. Calcium hydroxide plus CO2 will result into CaCO3, okay, plus H2O. Okay, this reaction, can everybody see this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going now. If you want to, you can note this reaction down somewhere in your notebook or in your textbook. Okay, because this is purely from textbook, directly from the textbook itself. We will go to the textbook just in a couple of minutes. Okay, so calcium hydroxide reacts slowly with carbon dioxide in air to form a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the walls. Calcium carbonate is formed after 2 to 3 days of whitewashing. What is whitewashing in Gujarati? Does anyone know? Whitewash? ચૂનો મારવો, આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં એને એવું શું કહીએ? ચૂનો મારવો. Now most of the houses they have got good paints, but in some cases even today some people they go for whitewashing, ચૂનો મારે ઘરને, હે ને? So what is that? Basically they take calcium oxide and mix it with water to get us calcium hydroxide, slaked lime, ચૂનાનું પાણી. Okay, calcium oxide is called as chuno or chunano patthar, right? It will be very brittle solid, right? Easily can be made into small pieces. So you mix it with water, and this reaction is highly exothermic. जैसे ही पानी में डाल करके मिक्स करना शुरू करेंगे, बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी निकलती है, पानी उबलने लगता है. ओके, इतनी इतनी गर्मी निकलती है उसमें से. ठीक है. So once we have that water, calcium oxide or slaked lime, right, chunanu pani, what happens is calcium oxide is not it's not completely soluble, it's very partially soluble in water. So you will get milky water. Okay, lime water, or it is also called. Okay, so that liquid, now that liquid is applied using a brush onto the walls, and once it is allowed to dry off in 2 to 3 days, this reaction occurs over 2 to 3 days. Calcium hydroxide, right, in combination of when it combines with carbon dioxide, it turns into calcium carbonate. It's a shiny white very thin layer. Okay, and that's what gives the shine in the home. Okay, yes.
Yes, sir.
And this is very interesting to note that chemical formula for marble is also calcium carbonate. The marbles that sometimes people use in flooring the homes, that is also calcium carbonate. Now the question should be, does anyone have any question here? Does anyone have any question here up to this point? Please let me know. No? Sure? Nobody has a question? Right? Reaction in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called exothermic chemical reaction, right? We have seen this one before, exothermic and endothermic reaction. Endothermic reactions where heat needs to be applied, those are called as endothermic reaction, right? Burning of natural gas and the decomposition of vegetable matter into compost are also an example of exothermic reaction. Okay, right? Endothermic reactions are those reactions in which heat is absorbed. During digestion, food is broken down into simpler substances. For example, rice, potatoes, and bread contain carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are broken down to form glucose. This glucose combines with oxygen in the cells of our body and provides energy. This is an endothermic reaction, right? This is an endothermic reaction when it is combining. Okay, right? Right, and that is why when we eat food, after eating the food, we feel drowsiness, है ना, नींद आने लगती है. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any question up to this point? Especially this point, it is interesting to note that the chemical formula for marble is also calcium carbonate. You don't have any question yet? I'm pointing you, I'm begging you to ask me the question. Does anyone have any question? अरे भाई
No,
कोई.
sir.
No, sir.
अच्छा ठीक है, तो मैं पूछ लेता हूँ, चलो, आप लोगों को कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है. मैंने अभी आपसे कहा कि जो घर के अंदर जो चूना लगाते हैं, राइट, स्लेक लाइम हम जो यूज करते हैं, और रादर द लाइम वाटर दैट वी यूज, राइट, when it dries up, when it reacts with carbon dioxide in the air, right, it turns into the calcium carbonate, a thin layer of calcium carbonate. और शायद आपने नोट किया होगा कहीं पे कि जहां जहां पे चूना लगाते हैं वहां पे थोड़े दिनों के बाद या फिर थोड़े टाइम के बाद वो पूरी पूरी की पूरी फिल्म निकलनी शुरू हो जाती है, જેને આપણે ચૂનાની પતરી અથવા તો પોપડી કહીએ. Have you noted this ever? Have you ever observed this?
Sir.
Huh, very good. Some of you have observed. Very good. Now there was a little bit of information that the marble has the same chemical formula, calcium carbonate, है ना? Marble in the home flooring that has same formula, which is the same is in the home. Then why this difference in the strength of the material? वहां पे वो एकदम चूने, एकदम पोपड़ी जेवू होय, right, very thin, very brittle, very thin sheet is formed. And when we talk about calcium carbonate, the marble, right, marbles are very sturdy, they can bear load, they can handle lots of pressure, right, they are used in home flooring. Then why this difference? What could be the reason behind this uniqueness? Can somebody please guess or try and answer? You can unmute yourself if you want to. I haven't muted any of you. You have to answer this question. I'm not going to help you with that.
Sir, maybe because of molecular space between them.
If it is all about molecular space, then we have studied in ninth standard definite proportions and law of conservation of mass. है ना? Marble is the whole stone. What does that mean? It's not created. Are? It's not created. What do you mean by it's not created? No, it is about the arrangement of the tiny molecules, right? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट जो है उसी की अरेंजमेंट ऑफ द मॉलिक्यूल्स इन दिस पर्टिकुलर फॉर्म, दैट इज व्हाई इट मेक्स इट स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड वेरी लोड बेयरिंग, है ना? दैट इज द यूनिकनेस ऑफ इट. Okay, get it everyone, right? About that you will study in 11th standard the there is a special chapter in which you will study the arrangement of molecules in the three-dimensional structure. Okay, right everyone? Good. Let's go back to the PPT. Yeah, the next type of reaction is combination reaction, where two different molecules combine with each other to form a new product, right? Two reactants combine to form a product. It is called a combination reaction. Calcium oxide reacts with water to produce slake lime, releasing, right? This one we have done. Okay, hold on. Next one is decomposition reaction, right? One is done combination, second one is decomposition. When a product breaks up into its constituent reactants, the reaction is termed as decomposition reaction. Look at this one, FeSO4, ferrous sulfate. When heated up, what is the name of these molecules? Come on, tell me, what will be the name of these molecules? Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. Come on, can anyone say it? Can somebody, please, somebody.
Sir, iron sulfate.
Iron sulfate, I said it. Ferrous sulfate, it's not iron sulfate. Fe, when we talk about the chemical substance, we talk about, we say it is ferrous, not iron. Iron is a common name. Ferrous is the chemical name. So ferrous sulfate gives you what? Fe2O3 is what?
Ferrous oxide.
Ferrous oxide. अरे कोई तो यार जरा सा दिमाग लड़ा लो, यहीं पे दिख रहा है आपको फेरिक ऑक्साइड.
सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड.
अरे यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है फेरिक ऑक्साइड, यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. ये किसी की आवाज आ रही है. It is ferric oxide. Ferrous and ferric. Again, ferrous forms two types of ions. We have studied this in 9th standard. Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. तो वो उसकी वजह से ये चेंज आता है. Okay. Yes. So ferrous sulfate, when it forms Fe2 plus, when it forms Fe3 plus, it is called as ferric. Okay. So Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. Now this is a balanced. Is this a balanced reaction? Check it out. Check it out. Is it a balanced reaction? Yes or no? Yes, it is. Hana? Very good. I got a message from yes. Is it a yes? Anyone? Is it a balanced reaction? Yes or no? अरे भाई जवाब तो दे दो.
Yes.
Thank you. Right? So decomposition of calcium carbonate, CaCO3, decomposition, right? Calcium carbonate is CaCO3 to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide on heating is an important decomposition reaction used in various industries. अभी इससे पहले वाला रिएक्शन हमने देखा था कॉम्बिनेशन, जिसमें एग्जांपल था कि क्विक लाइम व्हेन रिएक्ट्स विद कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, राइट, फॉर्म्स कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. जबकि यहाँ पे उल्टा है उसका, दैट इज decomposition. Calcium carbonate when heated up gives up calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide is called lime or quick lime. It has many uses. One is in the manufacture of cement. When a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, it is called thermal decomposition. When heat is applied, it is called as thermal decomposition. When only light is applied, it will be called what? Photon decomposition, right? We will see that. electrolytic decomposition. When decomposition is is carried out by using electricity, then it will be called as electrolytic decomposition or electrolysis. Electrolysis is a very important chemical reaction. It has many uses. One of them is definitely प्लेटिंग ऑफ ज्वेलरी, है ना, अलग अलग जो ज्वेलरीज पर प्लेटिंग करते हैं, जिसे गुजराती में क्या बोलते हैं? डज एनीवन नो? इज देयर एनीवन फ्रॉम ज्वेलर्स फैमिली? सोनी, सोनी के घर से कोई है? हाँ, कोई है जिसका जिसका फैमिली सोन ज्वेलरीज में डील करता हो? नहीं? પાણી ચડાવું ગુજરાતીમાં એને કહેવાય પાણી ચડાવું, right? ઢોળ ચડાવો એવું પણ કે ઢોળ, that is also said. Okay, basically they put very thin film of silver or gold onto the given jewelry, तो ऐसा दिखता है. Girls, you know about oxidized instruments, right? Oxidized jewelries, especially in नवरात्रि में आप यूज करते हो उसको, है ना? हाँ है ना, ये तो बता दो. No? Okay, so that is also used by electrolysis. This is one activity which is given in the textbook. You can go through it. This is simple, where right, two different anode and anode and cathode is provided electricity and the chemical reaction takes place, है ना? Fill the mug with water. ये पूरा तो आप पढ़ सकते हो. Okay, going to the next one. Next one is photolysis, thermal decomposition again, but using sunlight, है ना, using the light. That happens with silver chloride, AgCl. When put into sunlight, gives out silver separately and chloride is emitted, chlorine gas, right? Photolytic reactions are used in black and white photography. The decomposition reactions require energy either in the form of heat, light, or electricity for breaking down the reactants. Reaction in which energy is absorbed are known as endothermic reaction. This is repetition. Okay, right? Yes. So there are thermal
Yes, sir.
Yes,
thermal,
sir.
thermal decomposition and photolysis, right? Thermal decomposition, photolysis, and electrolysis. There are three types of decomposition reaction. Okay, yes everyone? So now let's get back to the textbook. Where is the textbook? Yeah, okay. So this is the question number 6, right, where you have to solve this question. Balance the following chemical reactions. These questions you have to answer now. Which of the statements about the reaction below are incorrect? No, first question you don't attempt this one because we haven't carried out oxidation reduction. Fe2O3, no, not yet. No, so no to question 1 and 2. No to question number 3. Yes, question number 4 you have to answer today. Right? What is balanced chemical equation and why should chemical equations be balanced? What is the need for balancing a chemical equation? What is the purpose of balancing a chemical reaction? Why a chemical equation should be balanced? Right? What are the benefits or advantages of balancing a chemical reaction? एक ही क्वेश्चन को मैं अलग 10 तरीके से पूछ सकता हूँ, सबका आंसर आएगा एक ही. जैसे वो साईं बाबा का है ना, साईं बाबा का फेमस saying है, सबका मालिक एक. तो ऐसे इन सब क्वेश्चन का आंसर एक, है ना, right? What is balanced chemical equation, right? This one is interesting. Translate the following statements into chemical equations and then balance them. So question number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, question number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will be your homework for the day, है ना. मैं अभी GCR में भी डाल देता हूँ, गूगल क्लासरूम में डाल देता हूँ, और साथ में वो वाली वर्कशीट भी डाल दूंगा. तो उसकी प्रैक्टिस करते रहना. जो भी नहीं समझ में आए उसमें से उस, ठीक है, पहले प्रैक्टिस करो. अगर नहीं होता है, नहीं सॉल्व होता है तो मुझे बताना, ठीक है, तो हम उसे मंडे को जब नेक्स्ट वीक में जब भी हमारा क्लास होगा तब उसे सॉल्व कर देंगे. या
Okay, sir.
ओके. और
Okay, sir.
ये भी क्वेश्चन कर सकते हो. नंबर 9, नंबर 10, व्हाई इज रेस्पिरेशन कंसिडर्ड एन एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन. ये भी कर सकते हो. ये तो वैसे एक्चुअली व्हाई इज रेस्पिरेशन इज एक्चुअली फ्रॉम 8th स्टैंडर्ड ओनली, राइट? Yes. Question number 11 also. Why are decomposition reactions called the opposite of combination reactions? Write equations for these reasons. These reactions. Very good. Question number 12 also. हाँ बस वही. So question number 5 से शुरू करेंगे. 4 से. Question number 4 to 12. ये होगा आपका होमवर्क फॉर द वीकेंड, राइट? मैं अभी मैसेज में भी डाल देता हूँ ताकि ये गूगल हमारे वीडियो में भी आ जाए, राइट? HW is textbook question numbers 4 to 12. ठीक है, सबके लिए ये आ गया. तो इन सारे के आंसर्स. नाउ फॉर राइटिंग द आंसर यू मे यूज द टेक्स्ट बुक. You may use any other reference books. I don't mind it. आप जो भी बुक यूज करना चाहते हो, एस चांद, MTG, वीवा पब्लिकेशन, ऑल इन वन, प्रदीप, जो यूज करना है मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आप किसमें से करते हो. माय पॉइंट इज आपको अच्छे से लेजिबल हैंडराइटिंग्स में, है ना, पढ़ सकूं ऐसे हैंडराइटिंग्स में लिखना है उसको. ठीक है. ओके एवरीवन.
Okay, sir.
यस.
Okay, sir.
और अच्छे से नोट में करना है. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली व्हाट वी विल बी डूइंग इज वी विल बी आस्किंग यू टू सबमिट द नोटबुक्स एट द स्कूल. ठीक है, वेरी सून, राइट? वी विल आस्क यू टू सबमिट देम एट द स्कूल एंड देन वी विल बी चेकिंग इट, है ना? तो ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट आपके जो इंटरनल मार्क्स है उसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर रहेगा. ओके एवरीवन, दैट्स इट फॉर द डे. आई विल सी यू नेक्स्ट वीक. बाय बाय, टेक केयर, जय हिंद.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.